That's pretty good. What's going on, everybody? My name is Seth, and you're watching 252 Squad. And in today's video, we're doing something really cool with the S650. We are getting it tuned. So we're getting it tuned through Mustang Lifestyle. Andrew, he is tuning the S650. So in today's video, we're going to be going ahead and tuning it, getting everything set up for the tuning and all that. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Alrighty, so we're walking out to the S650 here because Sean decided to put a tank of 87 in the S650. And then
it was at like 1 a.m. in the morning. I had like an 18-hour day that day. I was tired.
But he put 87 in it, man. But anyways, we're getting ready to go get this thing tuned. We got Mustang Lifestyle on the keyboard, getting ready to tune this thing. We have got a 93 tune, we have got E85 tune, and then we have E85 with a ghost cam tune, which I had a ghost cam tune on my S197 when I was full bolt on, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. It is a little played out, a little bit kind of ricery, but it is pretty cool when you get to use it sometimes. So we're getting ready to go drive around pointlessly, go get some dinner to burn all this 87 out because he's got like half a tank left, so we can put E85 in it. And I bet you this thing is going to absolutely rip. And I'm really excited that we got Andrew from Mustang Lifestyle tuning this thing, because he's put a few on the dyno, and in fact he put Parker's old car on the dyno and made some pretty good numbers, and he's made a few other good numbers and has tuned quite a bit of Mustangs. So having this thing tuned by him is going to be amazing. So let's get to driving it around, get a last little bit of feel for it on 87, and then go ahead and get some good E85 in this thing. It is genuinely so cold in this car because it's a brand new Mustang, and all of my Mustangs don't have AC, so I am not used to it. And it's a little chilly, honestly. Alrighty, so we are whipping around right now. We have 0.7 miles to go, and we are down to 3 miles to empty. We're going to a gas station here in Raleigh that is good on E85 because we're going to start with an E85 tune. But yeah, we'll see you when we get to the station. Alrighty, so we got 10 gallons of E in the S650, which feels very wild, honestly. And we're getting ready to load the tune into it. We're gonna go ahead and start right off the bat. He sent us over quite a few tunes. We got a 93 tune, we got an E85 tune, and then we got an E85 cam tune, and then we got an E85 cam with pops tune. And I think we should say go big or go home. Let's hear this thing, E85 with the ghost cam, and maybe with some pops to it. So the tuning process is we have the RTD that is down there in the OBD port. We have already ran through the process that he gives us when you get the tuning and everything, linking the serial number to HP tuners and everything like that. Now we just have to write the file to the car, or to the RTD, and then to the car, and she should be good to go. Buddy's nearly stock exhaust is really showing right now, but it's camming. We got a 5.0 that's camming again. This is kind of crazy. It isn't very loud because mostly stock besides the boreless, but once it gets a set of headers on it, it's definitely going to open up a lot. But it sounds pretty good, honestly, for, you know, not overly aggressive or anything like that, but it sounds pretty crazy. It is kind of crazy to hear a sound difference in what seems to be a mostly stock car minus some intakes and mufflers. Man, that's wild. Man, that's so cool. I'm not gonna lie, I know it is kind of a ricer mod to do a ghost cam tune, but it is so cool to me. I don't know why. Hearing 5.0's chop is so funny. But already I'm genuinely impressed how quickly the car started up and is running pretty good. I didn't feel pulling over with the ghost cam tune on it. Really? I noticed on my S197 with who I'm tuned through, I had issues with it on a ghost cam tune. Instantly the car would cut off and stall and have tons of issues, eventually leading me to never actually running it. I think I ran it like 3 times in the time I had a full bolt-on S197 before the turbos. But the problem was with the manual, I just always had issues with it wanting to die. And just seeing him pull off right then this seems significantly better, and it has a very natural, healthy kind of chop to it back here. It doesn't sound abnormal like some of these S650 Ghost Cam tunes I've heard. That sounds like a normal cam car. I mean, it just sounds clean.
Most similar to what you had based on all the videos I've already
Yeah, this sounded very similar to my Ghost Cam tune, because a lot of them just sound like you chopped the exhaust off and pulled 3 plugs out. That sounds good. Now, unfortunately, as you can probably tell, since we've been here, North Carolina wants to be very bipolar in weather, and it wants to be 90 degrees during the day and pouring down rain at night. And so since we've been driving, it has started raining, and so we're not going to be able to really do any pulls on it, but we're going to do pulls in this video, don't worry. We'll just wait until it's dry, so probably tomorrow. But we're going to go ahead and take the car back and see what it's like with the pops. So if it's doing pretty good, I'll definitely showcase that. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wait until it's a nicer day where we can actually get on the car, which you'll see probably right now. That is the funniest thing I've heard in a while. It's actual gunshots. Alrighty, so as you can probably see, it is a much nicer day here in North Carolina. In fact, it's back hot again. And Sean, you've been driving actually for about 2 weeks now with the tuned S650. And how do you feel on E85?
So far, it's been great, although I use up a lot of gas.
Yeah, definitely not as fuel efficient on E85, but that's to be expected. You're using a lot more fuel. But I've yet to actually be in this car really since it's been tuned. So I am very, very excited to take a ride in it and see what it's like. Already though, have you noticed very much performance gains and stuff like that?
It gets up and goes a lot quicker than it did on stock tuning already.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's going to pick up a lot. Like I said earlier, we have both a 93 tune and then the E85 stuff. So if you don't have E85 in your area or don't have very many stations, you could just run 93. And these cars are seeing decent enough power numbers with 93 alone that I think the 93 tune automatically is going to give you a substantial bump over what you had before, especially just the fact that you get the extra bit of RPM in the limiter, pretty much. So that's going to allow you to rev it out a lot more. But E85, I think, is going to really make this thing shine. I think with the intakes and everything, this car is probably going to make north of 400 wheel horsepower, probably north of 450 wheel horsepower on E85. So we're going to go for a little bit of ride-alongs and some pulls, see what it's like. We got the regular E85 cam tune loaded up right now. So let's get in the car and get into going through some driving. Just sitting at idle with the cam tune, you're kind of like, whoop, 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 which I miss that so much. It is so cool to have a car that does a little bit at idle rather than just being plain and boring. And I think that's the problem a lot of 5.0 guys face, is a lot of 5.0 cars are just kind of normal commuter cars sitting at idle. Don't make crazy noises or anything like that. And that's where us Coyote guys kind of envy the LS guys. I'll say that personally. That's pretty good, honestly. I drove this car on 87 beforehand in the passenger seat. That is much faster feeling immediately off the rip. Got a little S650 5.0 pulling up. He really don't want the smoke. That's my favorite part of the S650, how clean the downshifts are. And then just, they absolutely eat handling wise compared to, like, of course the S197s, but they just drive so nice. That's pretty solid, honestly. Alrighty, so we just got back from the test drive, and I've got to say, on E85, this thing is quite impressive. Honestly, I like it a lot. I like the 650 platform. It picked up quite a bit of power in the butt dyno area, switching to E85, it definitely pulls harder. Adding that extra RPM to the power band is so significant on these cars. Any Coyote is like that. You need that extra RPM. These motors love RPM, and adding the extra RPM, sending this rev limiter all the way out to 8K really does a lot for these things. I think it'll do a lot in 10 speeds. Definitely does a lot for the MT82, especially with these cars having the no lift shift feature, as well as just the better transmission in them. It just allows you to drive the car harder and enjoy the car more, especially with that extra RPM. The E85 stuff is big because these cars are loving E85 according to all the dynos we're seeing, as well as this car is just, it makes it more fun. It's crispier, the downshifts are crispier, the overall driving experience just feels more refined than the factory Ford stuff. Like I said earlier, I'm a big fan of the Ghost Cam stuff, so it sounds cool. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. This Ghost Cam absolutely drives amazing versus the other Ghost Cams that I've been used to. They don't drive great. This one drives like an OEM car. It just chops at idle, which is massive, honestly, for these cars. The pops and bangs, though, that is a little bit aggressive. I'm not gonna lie to you, because that pops and bangs, that's BMW levels of pops and bangs, which he's already told me, Andrew's told me, he could dial it down a little bit. So if you're not into super high pops and bangs, he can probably get you dialed in. But yeah, we're gonna make a whole nother video talking about the tuning process itself, more depth, talking about tuning these cars, how the tuning works, everything like that. So if you want to know more about that, we're gonna have another video coming out pretty shortly about that. We're probably gonna flash a few tunes in this car just to show you how it works and everything. So yeah, just stick tuned for that. And yeah, let me get Sean's opinion. Alrighty, so you have put probably 1,000 miles or more on this car since it's been on E85. You've taken it to the mountains, you've taken it all around. How do you feel about tuning the S650?
So far, it's been awesome. I did put it on 93 for the mountain trip. Then I went back to E85 the week afterwards just because there wasn't any E out there. However, swapping over to the 93, then swapping back over to the E-Tune is absolutely, utterly super easy, other than having to drain the tank damn near all the way. I hate driving a car to E, and so that's what you gotta do to swap over the fuel systems right now until there's a way to get the flex system in it. However, I find it super easy to use. I love it. That's all I can really say. I love it.
Yeah, I think if you have an S650 Mustang, hit up my guy, Mustang Lifestyle, Andrew. I'll leave a link down in the description for his tuning, and go ahead and get your S650 tuned up. Honestly, out of what I've seen, he's probably one of the better tuners for the 650 platform. And so I really have nothing bad to say about it. I really think these cars really wake up and open up a lot with just a simple tune. But overall, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I thank you so much for clicking on it and watching. If you want to see more S650 content, make sure to click the subscribe button. Don't mind liking this video if you did like it. And I hope you'll have a great rest of y'all's day. And I hope that if you don't have an S650, you'll get one shortly if you want one. So have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.